people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again? Ugh. That's kinda spooky.
Vache?
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water. Huh? Hang on. Paimon can kinda hear a voice. It's calling. Hey, Traveler? Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Vache, are you... my dear Vache? No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is? Wait. Who am I? My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten? Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim. I also, no matter where I went, Vache would go with me. But now, we can no longer... No! Our reunion no longer has any... The thought of me gives him no succor. If you meet Vache, tell him not. Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in... If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not... Is that what you call it? It was a state of neither fear nor friend. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time. I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think. Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense...
Wake up! Come on, Navi! Navi is outnumbered!
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex. Chlorand? Quick, now's our chance! I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Chlorand. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust.
Do not speak of my father!
Sorry, Demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Chlorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you. But I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clarand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clarand was being sincere with...
I know, she's...
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done. Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious. Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Chlorine who came out to save us too. We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. As such, we're still partners.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her good...
All right.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger?
Well, to be honest, you're...
Huh? Really? Paimon can...
Yes. All thanks to you. After we parted ways, I was... that the Fanta tasted kinda salty and icky. Fanta only comes in sweet flavors.
So the Fanta had been spiked with...
Yes. So, if you...
Spina di Rosula is prepared...
Huh? Really?
I sent people to Hotel de Bord. That's when I figured out that you might be in...
What? Why would they go after us, too?
Well, you did foil a plan that... Speaking of which, did anything strange...
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just... Oh, and this time Paimon heard it, too! But does that mean the primordial seawater raised...
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
New intel? While you were...
Well, let's hear it, shall we? Oh. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene, but he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate. Oh, you mean you'll help us invest?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal... And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those...
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so...
You talk too much. Well, in that case, we also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our...
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our
It's right up ahead. But let's make sure we...
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone
Very good. But
I shall find rooms for our...
thank you, Malus. Now, more speed.
Want to outrun the law, you need to know how it works.
So, this is your base? It's not quite what...
Your accommodations have been arranged. Under the present...
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago. I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father... He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets. 3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself. The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me. And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Demoiselle, please, if there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... Never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh, her? Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him? Yeah, that's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
Ms. Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Afterward, Ms. Clorand told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety. Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take... All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did... thanks.
Yeah.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail. You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? Alright then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
Paimon slept so well. Huh? Navia?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de Rosula's place of origin, and where we have—
Paimon gets the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get back?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vash—
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after
Guess Paimon wasn't...
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from. I suspect that those behind this have.
Does that mean we're too...
No. There is one, and that is the archives kept by Chief Justice. If the Oceanedium.
So Nervalet mean... In that case, let's go talk... Aren't you...
No, it... The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Halt! Please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with... This place does look pretty heavily...
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't...
See? They've got great discipline.
Yep. If you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some,
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be...
We're here today to report an archives...
Is that even...
Of course. Don't worry.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just at...
Thanks.
Please come in.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Nervalet.
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
So you're not...
We're looking for a man called Vacher. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him...
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while...
Who knew that Nervalet would be so easy to talk to?
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vacher has been involved in... There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
Traveler, what if it was...
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much.
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional...
And what are you trying to say? Are you trying to console me? Extend your No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion. It's just like last time. After my father took his place in the duelist ring, you even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still... In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing. If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you call a stop to the duel? Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his... Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the truth.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. It's not so much that you can't feel. Oh well. In any case, everyone, my apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Navia, are you okay?
I'm fine. Rain.
You're right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be...
Now that I think of it, on the day my father...
What is it? Did you think of something?
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Well, that thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value. Oh? Wait.
So you're saying that the true Yeah! And if that's what had happened, then no...
I really think I found a true... Alright, let's go to Poisson.
Yeah! We're gonna make progress for sure this...
Do you want to go with me now? Or do you want to head over... Alright, then I'll wait for you.
Whoa! What a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
There's no need to be so surprised. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this. A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
And Paimon thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past. Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself...
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula... More speed.
Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along. I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't take them that seriously.
Malus, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, Demoiselle. You said before that you still had some business.
About that. You still remember, right, Malus? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar.
Could you tell us a bit more?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, at a glance, it was a kind of...
Wait! Didn't that guy...
Yes, he did. Considering what we... If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, and if you were to stop drinking it completely, as he oversaw Puissant, my father...
Boss's uncompromising attitude. Not only that, Boss became determined to fight.
Yes, but the enemy was very... Recognizing that, my father decided the man's name was Jacques. He felt greatly ashamed about his work that night. My father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious. But neither... Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene. Precisely. It's all things seen, but, considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra You're right. We still don't...
Jacques was an empathetic man. I think this third person... On that note, however... Even though our opponent is in... Even though Spina de Rosula, there is no need to follow...
If that's indeed what he wished for, was I not the closest person to him? What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he... Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. Did he think I just accept... I've never accepted that. Ever. I want to find out the real...
Davia.
This is indeed the best moment to act.
So you do know something else, Malus?
Yes, I do. In fact, but what drove all the...
What?
Boss also didn't tell you, and the serial disappearances... 5 years was nowhere. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his... But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then...
Right, so nobody would be able to...
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
No father wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as Boss. To him, dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the
So he chose to die?
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling... I'm sure...
That fool... No. He might have set up everything precisely because... Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now? Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he... But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case... Malus, what was the key evidence that...
It's the location where... When he was threatening the enemy, Boss. But if you want to use it against the enemy...
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just...
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and... There's no telling what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. But a single visit to their head... The worst case would be that...
Then, in that case, what?
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during...
Huh. That's true. But things are different now.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
I am the butler, after all. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake. But considering my relative...
Thank you for all of that, Malus.
Let me think. One conclusion I came to when I announced orders to the organization's members on if the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed after several rounds of... The first is Florent.
Huh?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the... Thanks to his position within Boss's There's someone else like him, too. Marcel, the head of Confred.
Uncle Marcel.
It's a guild in Poisson. In the beginning, there were only
So, they're like a sister organization of...
Yes, you can say. It's a bit difficult.
The final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information. Although the guards mostly, since Thierry is always in the know about our...
I see. To think that the enemy we've been fighting...
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert...
Of course. And...
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving bosses... After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still... If it might help, you could also...
Aw, thank you so much, Melus.
a new case awaits, my dear partner. I hope we can work together.
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? All right then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.